What's up, everybody? Tiffany Outdoors here today. We're going to set up this fish bowl. There's the hawk. Before there was a Tiffany Outdoors, there was Tiffany the farmer.
On a U-turn when possible.
No, we're not U-turning.
Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, baby. What?
So this is a project that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. I went to Goodwill and got this fish bowl. I think it's probably 2 gallons, maybe 2 gallon. I'm not going to put any fish in here, but I do plan on possibly putting in some red cherry shrimp in here. And I'm just going to pack it with plants. I just did a trimming, a heavy trimming on my 10-gallon aquarium here in my office. And we're going to plant some of that stuff in here. And I got this bowl for $1.99 at Goodwill. Not a bad deal. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and clean this bowl up, and then we're going to get started. I'm just going to wipe this out with some little bit of rubbing alcohol and get it cleaned up on the inside, because I don't know what was used, what this bowl was used for, so I kind of want to sanitize it just a little bit. And then I'm going to rinse it really, really well to get any alcohol gases off of it, or any leftover alcohol, anything. And then I'll be ready to do some stuff. Oh, I'm so excited, y'all. Alright, I'm going to wash this really, really well. Go rinse it. I'm going to start off with the base of this lava rock here. This stuff is going to be pretty good at holding some good live bacteria cultures, and I'm going to use that as a base. Next, I'm going to use some of this fluval stratum, and this is great for plants and for shrimp. Look at that. Promotes neutral to mildly acidic pH, which will be really good for shrimp. And right there, for plants or shrimp. Perfect. I like rinsing this stuff off because it's really, a lot of this stuff is really dusty. If you don't rinse it, it'll cloud your water like right away. I'm going to start with the largest pieces first. I've got this piece of grapevine. This works really well in a lot of aquascapes. I just need to figure out a way to put this that I think will look good in here. It has some of these rocks that I got from the craft store. I will be using these. At least the larger pieces. Give these all a nice rinse. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so I think in order to lock this piece of wood down, we're going to have to glue it to these rocks. And for that, I have, I need to get some glue. Hold on. I'm going to be using this super glue gel, which is cyanoacrylate. This stuff is safe for plants and animals. Once you wet it, it will cure and be good to go and not pose any harm to your animals. I like using the gel because it doesn't run everywhere. I just need a little dab. A little dab will do ya. And I'm just going to put it on that one rock. And once you spray it with water, it'll seal it. Seal it in there. And we just need to glue this piece of wood to a rock just to keep it from floating up. Alright, and then I'm going to put some up here. Nice big glob of it. And then I'm going to start putting in some plants. And I have this nice jar. Look at all that. This here is Java moss. I'm going to tear some off. Let's take a little bit. And this stuff grows like crazy. And put a nice little patch of it right there on this here. And that's going to look so good, y'all. It's going to look amazing. And I'm going to have to trim this periodically too. Just pinch off. And y'all, this stuff is just grown in that jar like that. I don't do anything with it. I just leave it in there. And it just grows and grows and grows. And we'll put a little glob back here to hide that little area there. Just a little pinch, just to hide that little area right there of glue. Look at all these plants that I got from my 10-gallon tank. Y'all, these plants look amazing. That tank is growing beautiful stuff. Look at that. I mean, look at the roots on this. Look at the roots. Awesome. This is looking good. All right, now we're just going to start planting. And I'm going to put a lot of this, I'm going to pack this thing with plants too. I got plenty. Plenty, plenty, plenty. And I wish I knew the names of these plants. I do know this is Java fern. And this is an epiphyte plant, which means I don't bury this. It just goes in. It just goes in. It's going to go in just like that, right on top of the soil. If you bury that rhizome, If you bury that, the plant will definitely die. It will not do well. And then on top, I've got some of these tillandsias, and I think I'm gonna do like kind of what I did with the betta tank. I got a tillandsia on a piece of wood, so I'm just gonna get a couple dabs of super glue and stick this right up there. Time to fill this bowl up. And I know at first the water will probably be pretty cloudy, and that's to be expected with no filter. Look how murky that is, and I did rinse everything. So it's probably going to take a couple days for this to settle down and get nice and clear. I can come back tomorrow and do a water change on it if it's still super cloudy, and check the plants and see how they're doing. Make sure nothing's floated up. But it'll take a little while for all this to settle. And I did add that little piece of wood there. I used a little bit of super glue and then put a little patch of Java moss there. Although it's so murky, you can't hardly see it. Alright, y'all. We're going to let this thing settle down. After a couple days, I'm going to come back. We're going to do a water change and see how it looks then.